Hey guys, it's Kelly. Hey, I did a quick card for my sweet dear mama. She's my mama bear. And I thought I'd record it and share it with you. So, I've had that card pack in my stash for like 5 years. And I don't work very well with the perfect square type of card, but I thought I'd give it a go. And I have the picked raspberry distress ink and the squeezed lemon, and I've been really wanting to try those two together on a card. And tonight's the night. So I have just some simple baby blue cardstock that I just got in a, you know, pack of paper with various colors in it. So I just cut it to size. So my paper or my card is 5.5 by 5.5. So I cut it down to 5.25 by 5.25. And these recollection stencils, I almost cut this out, but I wanted to share it with you guys. Don't buy these. I so regret buying these. They're the flimsiest, just cheapest quality I've ever encountered. I'm quite disgusted with. Look how flimsy it is, and it falls apart. I couldn't even rub, thumbs down, I couldn't even rub my sponge thing on it without it just buckling up and coming up on me. Some stencils will do that, and this is a pretty, I don't know, quote unquote intricate design, but still, I mean, you can't put that kind of zigzaggy design for a stencil on that flimsy material, because it's just gonna, no matter what you do with it, I don't know, you can't add any pressure to it. So I guess if you're gonna spray inks with these stencils, that's different, that'll work. But if you want to like ink it with a foam pad or anything, yeah, blot it or something, because I'm mad at the quality of them. They just, shame on them. They shouldn't. I don't know, maybe I'm just used to the stencils that, you know, I love the Tim Holtz stencils, and I definitely love the designs by Rin Stencils. She makes some great ones. So I don't know, I expected more out of Recollections, so I guess that'll teach me. So, but I kept this in here to show you that I taped it down really good because I knew it was flimsy and I knew it was going to move on me. And even though my paper was moving, yeah, that happened, but that's not really the issue. The issue is anytime I try to ink it, the whole thing is buckling. And I'm trying to hold it down and fuss with it, and it just gets worse. It's terrible. So even if I did have my paper, you know, glued down to my mat underneath, it wouldn't have mattered. It really wouldn't have mattered because it's just buckling. Oh, it made me so mad. So I said, forget that, and I went with my Honeycomb Tim Holtz stencil. And that is a very fine, very intricate stencil. And you know what? I can rub on that sucker just fine. So shame on Recollections. I just, ugh. So don't buy them. I am definitely against that. And if you did, good. You know, I mean, like I said, you can use them for spraying and everything, but there was no real major good deal on those either. So I paid decent money for it. It was affordable, but still, I paid money for it and wasn't happy with it. So anyway, enough complaining. Squeezed lemonade, or is that what it is? I think. Yeah. I love that yellow. It's so vibrant. And I knew on the blue paper that it would obviously, you know, get green on me. But I really love pink and green together too. So I thought, cool, that'll work out nicely. And I liked the baby blue through it in the background. After I did it, I wished I would have used just white, but I didn't. So Distress Ink reacts with, it stays wet for a while, and it reacts really well with the Perfect Pearls. So I decided my mom would love some shimmer on her cards. So I used the color Perfect Pearls, and just the plain white one. And just kind of dusted it all over with Perfect Pearls. I didn't wet it or anything. It stuck just fine to the Distress Ink. That's what Perfect Pearls does to Distress Ink. It works out really well. And then I just misted it with water very lightly, and that's what sets your Perfect Pearls into your ink. And now I'll talk to you real quick. Okay, so I've been fussing with this like I do every card. I don't know why, but I cannot make cards very well. So
here, let me show you a couple things. So this paper right here is really cool. Small berry paper. Those that don't know, it's very cool. It's like fibrous. Adds like a really nice texture and organic feel to it. And kind of wanted that. So I have all these little tags that I bought for $1. There's like 30 of them. They're mulberry tags. So I cut the tip off because I didn't want it to be a tag. It just wasn't going for me to have it be a tag with the, I don't know, it just didn't feel right. So, and I've tried tags, I fuss over cards like crazy because it's for my mother and she deserves the best and nothing is good enough. That's why. So I'm thinking that I'm going to stamp. I haven't seen her in a long time and I really miss her. So this Thinking of You stamp, which I was going to use, I'm not liking how that's working with this 5x5, and I struggle with the perfect square card too, which is why I'm doing it. But I want to put a smile on her face. She takes care of my grandpa, her father, and he's elderly, obviously, and that is very, very difficult. And she does it without complaint, she's just awesome. So I want to make her a nice card. So what I've got here is a bunch of flowers, flower petals from simple flowers stems that I got at the dollar store and I took apart, and I just have like a bin of a bunch of different colors. And I took some of this string that I have. It's shimmery, it's pink. It is, I will tell you, I have a So Easy. It's So Easy Fancy Floss. So, and it's flamingo. And the So Easy, for those that don't know, a lot of people might not, is this thing. I think it's a We Are Memory Keepers, and you can buy all these different things and you push it on your paper and then you sew with the floss and then you can sew on your paper. A lot of people don't want to do that because they have a sewing machine. I do not. And I don't like to sew, but I have all that. And I don't like to sew. Go figure that out. But I had a thought where I would just string these on here and kind of like colors like fading down. And then I thought that I would lay it on the card. Kind of like that, and kind of spread them out. And then there's a little bit of movement because I like movement on my projects. And then I figured that I would put maybe a pearl like this. I have these at the start of each color. So, I don't know. I'm going to work on that and see how that works out. That is my plan. So wish me luck. And I'll do a voiceover for the remaining part of the video. Alright.
So much for my plan. Yeah, I don't even know why I bothered. So I fussed for a good hour on this. I wound up taking the purple off. And I kept trying to use that tag. I just threw it. I got so frustrated. I was like, Kelly, why do you do this to yourself? Why do you do this to yourself over cards? Mom would love it if I just slapped some dirt on something and sent it to her and said, I made this. So why am I fussing? It's just a stupid waste of time. So I went on and just said, you know what? I don't like stamping on a piece of paper. I'm just going to stamp directly on it, and I'm going to do it and go for it. Bam. There it is. And I actually like that best. And I didn't like the purple. I wanted it to be nice and soft and shimmery and happy. The purple was fine. I could have left the purple on there, but I wanted to kind of tone it down a little bit. So, yeah, I just strung those flowers. I just took the purple off and taped it on the back and went with it. I tried to do a banner. Now I really like that idea, so take this and run with it, guys. But if you string a bunch of flowers or even leaves as a banner across a card, I think that would be really, really cool. It wasn't working out for my plan for this one, or for my plan. I don't even know why I say that. But I just didn't like how it was working out with the honeycomb background with this card. But I think that's a really cute idea to use flowers or leaves and make them into a banner, or use both. So across your card. So, and then I just slap my little pearls on there. I spared you all the fussing that I did, because, trust me, a lot of fussing happened. So, yeah, I'm like, it's simple, but I like it. It just was relaxing to me. I really like the colors. So what I'm using are my mini glue dots. I tried glue and all this stuff, and I didn't want to bust out my hot glue, so I just went with mini glue dots, and just placed them here and there underneath the flowers. I like movement, like I said earlier, but I wanted it to be, the flowers to be in order. It's going to be mailed, and it's going to get, messed up probably, so I just wanted it to be somewhat steady in the way that I wanted the design to be when she gets it. And I think I put one more pearl. I put one more pearl down there with the pink, because it kind of it starts off with like 2 white flowers, then 3 green, then 4 yellow, then 5 pink. So I kind of had it flowing down. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but because I'm so tired. But I wanted them to kind of blend into each other, start small, and then get to a bigger amount of petals. So hopefully that makes sense. So there we go. And I'm just using my tweezers just to grab that glue dot and put it down. And it's still moving. Afterwards, I put like a green strip of paper underneath those flowers to kind of ground it, and it looked really nice. But then my sentiment kind of got lost, so I just decided to go with simple. It reminds me of a Hawaiian lei, which I've never been to Hawaii, but it reminds me of what they look like. So when I said, just do it already, just get your ATG gun out and commit and glue that sucker down, be done with it. So that's what I did. So, and then afterwards, which I didn't record, which was very simple, it was just like I inked the card. I inked the envelope that I'm going to mail it to her in, and I also put the perfect pearls in the envelope too, so she's going to love it. It's going to make her smile. She'll know it's from me the second she sees the envelope. I hope you guys like it, and I hope it inspires you to make a card for your loved one. And yeah, so I hope you enjoy it. Thanks so much, guys. More to come.